Hello and welcome to Paleo Greenbird. I am Greenbird, and today I have the pleasure of trying a new material that I've not yet been able to knap. I haven't had any access to this. Let's make sure I can get everything on the screen. This is Kentucky Hornstone, sent to me by my good friend and dear brother Dave TenBears. So really excited to give this a shot. This is kind of a thin spall. I'm not sure if the nodules come thin like they do with, you know, say like a Georgetown, where the nodules are usually pretty thin, or if this just happens to be a thin one. But I am pretty excited because when I first saw this, it looked like, you know, perhaps there was a lot of cortex. Wasn't sure what I was going to get for stone, but if you look over here, there's a flake that's already been taken off. And you can see that cortex is not nearly as thick as what I originally had thought. So, I don't know. Let's get to it. So I've never napped this before. From what I understand, it likes to bite, and it's sharp. So I'm going to be a little extra careful. I do have my Band-Aids with me, which kind of a coincidence. I have them with me not only because of that, but because I used my last Band-Aid, I don't know, a month ago or so, and I've been meaning to replenish that supply. So as you can see, there's some really beautiful banding in there, and there is some textural difference. So I'm not sure how much of that is sort of like inclusions, or you know, if that's how that's going to nap. So let's just get right to it. Smack some rock. So I think I'm going to start using my medium-sized billet. I'm not going to wear gloves even though this stuff likes to bite. I'm just going to be careful. I'm not going to nap off my hand if I can help it. Try and nap off the leg. See if I can get even just a basic bifacial preform out of this. I was just eager to get to know this rock. So it's thin over on this side, thicker over here, so I'm going to have to zigzag. I'm just going to try and lightly zigzag and get rid of some of that cortex. See what happens. Tipping the rock a little bit up, because I'm not trying to get long flakes right now. I'm just trying to trim off this cortex. Force my protection there a little bit. I'm going to try this thin end a little bit first, I think. Okay, so a nice little low area that I've created. Strengthen it with the grinder. Trying to clean this up a little bit right now. Not sure how far we'll take it in this video. Boy, this is nice though. I'm chipping off cortex, so you know it's real chalky and everything, but I can tell when I get a bite into the material itself that it's glassy. It's gonna be some good stuff, I can tell. If you haven't checked out Dave TenBears' channel, check him out. He does indirect percussion. It's a little bit different than what I do, but it's really cool, and I'm trying to learn that too. So I've got a good ridge. Let's see if I can take that. Pretty beautiful flake. Oops, camera's a little bit high today. I might lower that down a little bit. Just a tad. this is the platform that I took right here. You can see that low spot. And maybe we'll zoom in a little bit too. Why not, right? So this is the platform that I took right here. That's the plate that came off, so really cool. Normally I throw these in my bucket. I'm going to actually leave these down on my tarp for now so that I can sort through them. I'm still not exactly sure about this stone and what I'm going to be able to use later and what I'm not. I apologize for the noise for the road. I live relatively close to a road, so get some noise pollution. This direction because I'm just trying to get to this thick stuff and get rid of that. It's harder when just removing cortex because a lot of times grinding doesn't really do a lot of good because it's just so chalky. I'm struggling a little bit with the camera angle. Should have had that worked out before I turned it on. So again, I'm going to tip this up a little bit. I'm not trying to get long flakes, I'm just trying to get rid of that cortex there on the edge. Oh, give myself a nice little spot there. So far this cortex to me feels a lot like Georgetown. It's got a real chalkiness to it. Look at that, see? You can't even hear that, there's like no grind. That is, you might even be able to carve into that if you had a big enough piece of that chalk. That's interesting. Of course, it's not good to really smack into. Off. Platform. Here's the flake. You see that nice color in there. I'm not even really going to bother too much with grinding right now. Get rid of that cortex. Real chalky cortex. When I'm grinding it though, I can smell that, I don't know how to explain it, but if you Flint Knap, do you know what I mean? Like the smell of fire. I think this would be a good, try and drive a little bit longer of a flake now. A good stone to use with your flint and steel if you needed to. Yeah, let's try and get off that little hump right there. See it? Try and get off as much as I can. I have another piece that Dave sent me. This one here. There we go. Appeared to be the most challenging one, so I thought, why not start with that one first? So if I destroy it, I have something of even greater value. So you can see that I Took a big flake right there. And that's what I want to do. I just want to keep cleaning this piece up. I have a nice platform here. Hopefully the camera's picking this up better. It seems like it's too far away. But there's a couple of good platforms right there, some low spots that I can just drive these flakes right off. So, let's do it. Really, really cool getting to try a new piece of material. Me and Dave send clocks back and forth to each other from time to time. No real rhyme or reason. Sometimes I have stuff to send him, sometimes he has stuff to send to me. So I billet it down. Because there's a little thinner spot here that I want to. Let's see, drill that flake all the way across. Not all the way across, but you know, way down. I would say this stone to me, it's working a lot better than I anticipated. Glassy, but it's also kind of tough. I don't mind that. I kind of like that actually. So I'm going to try and support this with the back of my hand, just giving it some support. I'm not pushing. Something in the woods. I'm not pushing up top here because if I do, I'll stop that flake from traveling. Just giving it a little bit of love, just to keep it, just sort of to guide it, I guess. Yep. The point there is to drive long, thin flakes. So now I have this kind of bulby spot here, which is, I started with that. Probably should have attacked that first. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and drive the flake off of this side down here to remove some of this cortex, which will probably leave me with a platform, a low spot on this side, that will allow me to take off that bulb, which is probably a bulb of percussion, if I had to guess. Probably from when the spall was taken. I'll try to make this quick. I know a lot of my videos are super long. It's just because basically I like to talk and I'm kind of a slow napper. Most people can make an entire point in the time that it takes me to make a biface, and that's just because that's the way I like to nap. To me it's therapeutic in a lot of different ways, but that's another video. So you can see that's exactly what I wanted to happen, well sort of, I guess. I've got a low spot here. It's going to drive that flake off, that thick spot. I'm going to have to flip it around, drive another flake this direction. And boy, that is the question too. Which one do I take first? You know what? I have a little bit of a hinge here, and I feel like if I take this thicker one first, I may drive into that hinge because this top here is higher. Okay? This top part is higher. This part here is lower, so if I hit that, I may just stall out right where that hinge is. So I might be better off trying to take the high side first. I don't have a great platform though. So I'm going to have to take kind of a flake and an angle and then finagle me a platform. In fact, I'm going to do some trim work. I'm not going to... It's tempting, but just take your time. If you don't have a good platform, you're not going to get a good flake. I mean, you might get lucky. If I had a ton of this kicking around, maybe I'd try it. Let's see. Alright, blasted off that hinge, thank goodness, because otherwise I wasn't really doing myself any favors, but I had a little bit of nastiness right there. But this flake cleaned it up. We're starting to get this thing reduced. I like this stuff. This stuff is tough. I think it's a little bit forgiving because it is a little bit tougher than a lot of stones. So, like that hinge that I just had, I made myself a nice platform and blasted that right off. It's definitely a hard stone. So if you've never worked a hard stone, I would do that first before you try this. Trimming. Just keep trimming. Oh yeah. I like it. Oh, that's not good. I just busted off a big chunk. But that's right. Plenty of rock left, and I had to thin that spot anyway, so I think I might have hit a brittle spot. Maybe a fracture of some sort, or an inclusion. Now, this platform is very, very steep, so it's almost not even a platform. It's almost like a flat edge. So I do need to be careful because by hitting this, I could break this completely in half. Could shock it too much. So being unfamiliar with this stone and being that this is a iffy platform, what I probably should do is just continue to reduce and come back to this. But I'm kind of compelled to try and get rid of that hump. So wish me luck. And there's really no center line at this point. That's another problem. I don't have a good center line at all. I mean, I can do some cleanup work on this edge, give myself a center line, but this thing is like, it's like banana shaped. So probably should, I'm gonna do a little more trim work. Just kind of try and get rid of some of the weak stuff that would be more likely to disappear. Oof, I don't like what I see. If you don't like what you see, move on to something different, which is, I think, is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and hit this base side, which will probably become the base. Still some cortex on there. I've lowered my center line. I'm going to grind this, try and pop this off, and figure out what I'm going to do about that other spot. Someone crossed. Still feel a lot of that chalkiness. I'm trying to direct my strikes towards where cortex is. Might need to build it back up. Let's see. Got myself a little hinge, but that still works. Crushing on that. And I'm losing shape, so I'm going to have to, at some point, address that. There we go, that was a good one. But again, we're sort of having fun here. First time using the stone. Working the stone. So I'm going to start to shape a little bit, though. This is getting out of, starting to get away from me. start to think what's going to be the tip, what's going to be the base. Wasn't a bad thing, I think. Nasty step in there, but still thick enough to where I can clean it up from the other side. That's good, nice long running flake. Few platforms here, but this my center line is way too high. Even though there's some dips in there, it doesn't dip enough to bite into where that cortex is. So I need to do something about that. But I think before I do that, I'm going to come back to this spot here where there's still some chunky stuff, and I'm just going to zigzag that, because that's not going to be part of the point anyway, so let's just get rid of it. In the process of zigzagging, it's going to give me some good platforms. It's going to help me in the long run. They don't snap this in half with an end shot, that's the only problem. When you're zigzagging, you have to be careful. It did provide me with a few platforms, so I'm excited about that. This one here, maybe I can blast off into that step from the other side and get rid of that. Let's try it. Still got some cortex though. It needs to come off. Didn't quite go all the way, but looking for the thick spots. I'm going to attack those first. So I keep all the force that goes through this thing when I hit it very even. Yep. Start to get a little more even. Sounded. Sometimes you can hear it, it sounds like, you almost feel like you're going to break it. Yep. Sound. Still got kind of an odd shape to it. We're getting there. I wish I had more cortex off on this this one side at this point, but we're going to take what we can get. Because eventually, I'll get a platform and I'll be able to blast that off. I'm not worried about it. You get too caught up on stuff, and that's when you start making basic mistakes. Okay, so I'm going to lower this edge while I'm raising it, actually. It'll be lower when I flip it. still a little bit high. I think I can take it. Nope. Go back, up that edge. There's too much chalk on that cortex. It's just not letting me blast off the rest of that. So the shape on this thing is sort of getting away from me a little bit, but I'm not worried about that. I'll come back and shape it. Or I'll just turn it into a knife instead of a point. How about that? Oop. Yeah, let's not get careless. Here's where I have to really be careful about end shock. It's a bad platform. Should not have taken that. Luckily I did not destroy my piece. Nope, that's not better. Just trying to get some flakes. Oh! And I did it. I turned 1 into 2. Alright, well, that happens. This is what we had. A little aggressive. Didn't have enough support. Probably a combination of not enough support and a crappy platform. I just thought I could muscle my way through it. And that's what happens. Sorry. This camera angle is really weird today. I apologize. This video is terrible. I'm going to post it anyway though. I don't care. But that's what happened. Not good support, bad platform, but I will get 2 arrowheads out of this without a doubt, and maybe that's another video, but for now these are going to go in my bucket. So, Mr. TenBears, thank you so much, and hope you learned something, hope you enjoyed the video. Today was kind of a hot mess, but anyway, please like, please share, please subscribe. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Take care.